So, good evening, welcome along. Welcome to Let's Talk Trek. That was a rather quick change, James.
A 40-second change, in fact.
Okay, we are the UK's longest running Sunday night live Star Trek podcast, whatever. So tonight there is myself, Dan from Trekkie Sky to Galaxy. At the side of me is Carl from Trekkie Sky to Galaxy. Below Carl is James from USS Ragged Beard. And if you're watching tonight, if you can post something in the comments, and we will make sure to say it a little bit like this to Megan. Hello, how are we doing, Megan? I feel like I'm forgetting something tonight. I really feel like there's something I should be thinking about.
Something's missing.
Oh, what was that?
There it is.
Hello, Richard.
Evening to you.
How are we doing, chaps?
Live from the hot tub. So we're being asked, how would Cisco announce the fact he's in a hot tub?
I live in the hot tub.
Alternatively, this is what we call Richard's impression of a Ferengi lime.
He did say to us last week he was going to. He said he was going to do the weather forecast from a floating map of Great Britain.
Oh, I did.
He did promise this last week. So, if you would like to win a prize, which is a visit to Richard's hot tub, we can organise this.
Evening, Nadim.
Evening, Nadim.
If you've entered in the what was Chase Masterson saying competition over the last 7 weeks, even if your answer was wrong, you automatically won a place in the hot tub. So.
Evening, Paul.
Please don't get Richard out of the hot tub. We're not sure viewers are ready for that.
Censored.
It's strange you should say that because one of Richard's features later on is he's going to do the Macarena. Right. Why are you dressed as Battlestar Galactica, James?
Well, why not? Well, yeah.
It's a fair point.
It's something I threw on.
So you got Richard chilling inside the Stargate pool, and you... Or is it... Richard, is this more like one of those...
Well, Richard and I have made an effort. What have you guys done?
Yeah.
Look, just because Richard bought himself a Trill symbiote pool doesn't mean...
Galactica, look, oh, splendid. Oh.
It's when Richard's eyes suddenly turn white and he disappears under the water. That's when we need to worry.
I hope not. If this Echo Bud falls out, that's 50 quid down the pan.
Maybe you should do the entire show like this.
Maybe I should wrap my head in a plastic bag. Kids, don't try that at home.
No.
So it is... I saw today, it is 1 year today since the amazingness hit our screens that was Tiger King. Oh, yes. Tiger King's a year old.
I ain't never going to financially recover from this,
said Richard in his hot tub. The hot tub being paid for by Richard's royalties from his Tiger King song.
Yes, that did very well.
You did a very good impression there, Richard. You look just like him when you did that, you know.
It was a Snapchat filter. I keep telling people this. It was a Snapchat filter. I don't look like him.
I'll tell you what, let's see if you look like him after a beer or two, okay?
Tiger saw a man.
James has made an. He's got an L-car screen behind him.
Yes, I have. Right. So this evening's cocktail is called the I don't know. Let's give it a Trek name. The Hyperspace Surprise. And if you want to choose an episode to watch with this, I'm going to go with Where No One Has Gone Before, which is is it the second or is it the third TNG episode? The one with the Traveller.
Yeah, but the third. Yeah, second one was
Naked Now. The second one,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So for this evening's cocktail, you will require 60 milliliters of rum from Beta Rigel, 15 milliliters of Romulan tonic, 15 milliliters of Capellan raspberry liqueur, 60 milliliters of Talaxian orange juice, but I'm going to use pineapple instead today. And that should just be about it. So, in the first instance, put in your Capellan raspberry into a tall glass. I've already put that in there, as you'll see. Then add ice. And I'm using, rather than last week's effort, my special Starfleet ice. So, can't actually get a hold of it. I'll show you.
That's slippy stuff. Careful.
It's slippy stuff. So I'm going to put that in there. Let's get in there. Turn the keyboard upside down because I've covered that in ice. Right. So having done that, drop in the ice cubes. Yes, done that. Right.
Not to rush you here, James, but I'm getting a little pruny.
I'm trying to remember which steps I've done this in. Okay. Right. Now I need my special layering tool to put this in. No, that's the wrong glass. Yeah, that's it. I've already combined my pineapple with my rum, so I'm going to pour that in gently, and hopefully we're going to achieve a layer. Let's see how that goes. Ooh. Goes very slowly. Sorry, Richard. Oh, yes. No, there we go. Keep it coming.
Can you, Dan, we used to work in the clubs together. Can you imagine if when layering cocktails, we'd have had to use this process? We'd never have made any money.
Happily, I don't work in a bar, so I'm not pressed for time.
So is your plan for people to watch you make this and then charge them by the hour?
Oh, yeah, I am a lawyer. I do like to charge by the hour. Right, I'm going to see if I can speed this
Lawyers
up.
and prostitutes.
It's a risky manoeuvre.
What are you on about? As a lawyer, I thought you charged by the letter.
It just depends on how good the letters are.
This letter contains 5,000 letters. This will be £10,000.
All right, I'm going to speed this up by basically just tipping it in now. Okay, right, there's that. And then our final
this is
layer
an award-winning feature.
is your Romulan tonic. Let's chuck that in as well. Let's layer that in. Oh dear. Oh, that's not working. That's going very strangely.
I think that'll layer in the middle.
It's the gravity is wrong. It must be because I'm using pineapple.
What were you supposed to use?
Orange.
Were you out of? Oh, jeez.
Well, there we go. That's layering up nicely.
Tell you what, you couldn't come to your bar if you were an alcoholic, could you?
Let's give it a little swizz and see if that encourages it to.
What happened? Oh, yeah, I had a dry out session. I went to James's bar and didn't get a drink for 6 hours.
Well, there you have it. So the hyperspace surprise. The surprise is that the layers turned up in a different order than I was expecting. But there they are. You can see them.
The second surprise being that tomorrow we'll get a message in our private group chat that will say, "Oh God, my hangover again." That seems to happen every time.
It's most weeks, isn't it? Really, to be honest.
James has got anything with ice, right? So
we'll come back to that. We'll leave that to settle, and we'll come back to it.
It's time for our new competition. We're going to do this before we go into our next feature. Okay, dear viewers, we are going to write. We have a picture, and we would like the best comment or caption, and we're going to go through them and decide which one it is, and you will win a prize. So here's the picture, and what we want to know is What's the comment or caption that we should put with this? Okay.
What a fine picture that is.
It is indeed a fine picture.
I was kind of hoping for Dan's photo with John Delancey.
Yeah, we're not putting that one up. So, what's the comment or caption with this one? This, is, of course, is our lovely Captain James back in today, allegedly.
Back in the days when I had hair.
Yes. So, yeah, pictures or things like that. So, thank you for the cocktail, James. Richard, it's really disturbing watching Richard sort of float towards the camera and float back.
That's really pretty. I might just play with it.
Things you can't say in a hot tub.
Yeah.
I am in here by myself, I'd like to point out.
Trekkie girls, we have raised the bar. We have somebody in a hot tub, so it's your move on Friday, okay? If there's not Sam sitting in a paddling pool, I'm going to be disappointed, okay?
Yeah. I want to see at least 2 rubber ducks.
Well, right. So, yeah. Oh, this show's going downhill rapidly today, isn't it?
Rubber duckies.
Yes, James, I like your ducks.
Rubber ducky.
Right, let's get a handle on things. Let's press the button and do the collectible corner.
Okie dokie. Oh, lovely flute there, James.
Thank you.
So, this week, dear viewer, on Collectables Corner, we have something I don't see a huge amount of. And that is, let me see if I can get this without the light shining on it. There we go. So this is a reproduction of issue 1 from a Trek fanzine that first started in 1976. Just there, Richard.
Is that a spot with a metal detector?
That is.
It's a bit steam. Everything's steaming up in here a bit. So.
Yeah. So
spot with metal detector.
This is Spock with the weapon from the episode Amok Time.
Yeah, he killed Jim.
I thought it was a funky guitar.
So this is a copy of the first edition that was released in 1976, and it was a fanzine that was started and then later was actually bought out by Schuster and Schuster in 1982, and went on to be one of
Simon and Schuster, Carl.
I would imagine so with a name like that. They did carry on to do an awful lot of publication stuff. So yeah, I can't say for definite, but yeah, I would imagine so. The name's far too similar not to be. But they did quite a lot of stuff all the way up to the 90s. I think there were sort of like 36, 37 issues of this particular magazine. Now, it's not overly expensive, but the nice thing about it is you don't really see them that much. That one was actually a gift to me from my better half, and she found it in one of these bric-a-brac style shops in Manchester city centre. And it was a great little surprise, and it's got sort of like a couple of photo story reviews about the Amok Time and Mirror Mirror. And it's also got interviews with people, including Gene Roddenberry. Love to know how they managed to land that one for a first edition of a fan magazine. But yeah, it's just an unusual, great little piece. And like I say, not worth a huge amount. I think she picked this up for about 500 pence, and it's now worth roughly double that, about 1,000 pence. But some editions of these, especially, like I say, this one's a reproduction of the first issue, but some of the original ones do go up to anywhere between 2,000 and 3,000 pence if you do have a genuine first edition one. So,
was that Affleck's?
There's a little shop just under Affleck's, just off Piccadilly Gardens. And it's, like I say, you go in and there's all sorts of stuff you wouldn't imagine to find anything like magazines, comics, or anything like that in there. But they're just in a little box at the back, and you often find those sort of like troughs of old publications in those sort of shops. So they're worth having a nosy through, see what's there.
Fair enough.
So what's What's the actual content then? Is it just interviews and
it's
stuff on metal
interviews.
detecting?
There's a couple of photo reviews with people's opinions on kind of like a modern video review of its day sort of thing, of the Amok time and also the episode Mirror Mirror. Interviews with Gene Roddenberry and also John Colicos, was it, that played
John
Core?
Colicos, otherwise known as Baltar from Battlestar.
There's an interview with him. There's an interview with quite a few people. The guy who wrote the script for City on the Edge of Forever, there's an interview with him in there as well. So
That'd be a read.
for a fan magazine, and especially for a first issue of the fan magazine, they got some really good headlines on there.
So that's a beautiful thing. And what's the plan? Is it to frame it up or keep it safe? Or
just to keep it safe, in all honesty. And if I do ever come across any more of them, I'll certainly pick them up. And it's one of those things, isn't it, where they're not overly expensive. So if you see them, you end up falling into the trap of creating a collection of them, which as you can probably tell from everything around me, I've fallen into that trap a few times.
So the question we have is that the Spooky Manchester shop with ventriloquist dummies in the window?
No, I don't think it is. I've only been into the shop once myself. You go in and immediately you have to go downstairs. It's a basement shop and it kind of looks like a house clearance type place.
I think I know the place.
Like I say, if you look in the nooks and crannies of those places, you'd be amazed what you find. It's like an indoor car boot sale.
Cindy's in tonight from Dallas.
Evening, Cindy.
Right, Cindy.
Right, so
though, we've seen Daniel pop up. Doesn't he look magnificent in his white dress uniform?
It does. Oh, maybe Cindy, because I understand. My understanding of this is a lot of Americans have had a stimulus check, which is a great way of getting the economy going from the government. Maybe Cindy would like to buy lots of collectibles, and we can review them.
Ooh.
Is that like a testicular exam?
No.
Right.
Let's have a look. So we've been asking, what does this picture remind you of? Let's have a look.
You notice there's already 4 pips there.
James, may I ask?
Hello, David. How are you doing? Welcome along.
James, when you trimmed your moustache, did you actually use a ruler? Did you get like with a spirit level and just went, right, okay,
Well,
this is going to be...
The fact about this photograph, Richard, is that in the original photograph, I don't have a beard. I've digitally manipulated the photograph.
Right, I see, okay.
Essentially, this is the photo he'd try and use on a dating profile, for instance, because it's close enough.
Yes, I can see that's. I mean, it's got me excited in my hot tub looking for. That's why I keep just double checking.
Oh, I thought you were trying to make bubbles. Sorry, my mistake.
I have to mute the mic for that. You said there were too noisy.
They are too noisy. Right. So yes, thank you for your collectible.
You'll be very pleased to know that he's on mute, dear viewer.
I've forgotten where we were, Dan. We were asking about stimulus checks, I think.
Yeah, Richard seems to have found a bit of stimulus.
Oh, I love how quickly this show's going down.
I'm waiting for the crossover scene with Ghostbusters where the arms just come up out of the chair. And
do you want to play a game, Carl and James?
Go on.
What is said game?
The game is, how quickly can Richie take himself off mute?
It's a fake.
Right, so this week's fake news is tied into a announcement from William Shatner that he's going to be releasing his own video series on Klingon dating. Please roll VT.
I wouldn't like that at all.
So there we are. Basically, that's how you propose to a Klingon, as demonstrated by William Shatner. The joke was going to be this is what Donald Trump tweeted on International Women's Day, but I thought no, because people will actually believe it.
Wow. There we go.
It's the sound effect when he hits her, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a solid thunk, but remember, she was a robot.
Punch sounds like that.
That's right,
She's a
she was
robot.
Yeah.
She was a robot. Of course, that's what it sounds like. I mean, what does your robot sound like when you punch it?
She wasn't a robot, was she? I thought she was an alien.
It's a robot.
It's politically correct these days to not call her a robot. We call James's one a secretary. And
Right. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
punching is against HR. So you get into trouble with the HR.
I really hurt myself when I punched my own hand. Ow!
James, if I were you,
Longer than I look. Ow!
James, I would be extremely proud of the fact that you managed to punch someone and you hurt them. Well done.
I mean, Richard's trying to get across the thing that geeks are sexy in his thing, and then you ruin it by saying I hurt myself punching myself. You know.
Geeks can be rough and have fun. We're a rough and tumble lot.
Indeed.
If anyone wants to come and get choked in my hot tub, you're more than welcome.
Well, there's an invitation not to be sniffed at.
Oh, dear. Well,
On a serious note, though, violence is never acceptable.
unless you're
No, you hit your computer all the time. And that's basically what he was doing. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, moving swiftly on. Let's get into some actual real news. That's right, there is real news this week. First piece of real news, let's go with this one. Carl, what do you know?
Oh, this is that Boston University are naming the 26th of March as Leonard Nimoy Day.
Boston City are, not the university.
Oh, I thought it was the university that were... No, the
City.
university's the picture, isn't it, when they gave him his honorary? Yes, sorry, it's the city, yeah.
And it would have been, I believe, his 90th birthday.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's this Friday coming.
And they are asking people to
What
recognise Leonard Nimoy's
pancakes?
commitments.
Do you drink Guinness? I mean, what's the festival? Do you just go around going
around all day.
It says
doing
here, I encourage all Bostonians to recognise Leonard Nimoy's commitment and dedication to the arts and the lasting impact he's left on the community by the mayor. So, yes, that's one bit of real news. Right, moving on. Real news.
True news. Oh,
Richard.
Right. So this is Jonathan Frakes and Armin Shimmerin, who are hoping that they can raise some awareness about pancreatic cancer. Now, if you're familiar with cancers, no doubt you are. I think it's 1 in 3 people's lives have been directly affected by cancer on this planet. You know that it's a terrible disease, no matter what form you get. And obviously, these 2 actors, lives have been affected directly by this particular form, so they're trying to do something about it and raise some funds.
Which is a very good cause. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah. Right, let's move on. Ooh. The Book of Grudge. I'll talk about this one. Our friends at Hero Collection, of which Hero Collection friends, I've still not received my book package, which you told me you've shipped 2 weeks ago. So, you know, you can get onward to the shipping company.
Does this mean I shouldn't say anything bad about this idea?
No, right.
Okay. Right.
I love Hero Collection.
Right. Speak about this book.
Right. I love Hero Collection, and I've got nothing against them, and they're great, and there's some stuff to review. The only thing I have against Hero Collection is this: they use Hermes as a shipping partner, which means that essentially my parcel might be coming to my house, or it might have gone to auction, or it might be floating in the sea, because Hermes don't really, deliver parcels. Yeah.
They play that game of Ring a Bell Run, don't they? Where they come to your door, tap very lightly on it, and then run away before you can possibly answer.
Yeah, but it's not like they ring the bell and then drop it and run. They ring the bell and then run away with the parcel. And
then I have no problem.
That says we knocked, but you weren't in. That they've got through the letterbox before you can possibly get there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's Hermes. It doesn't matter if it's Poverty Spec, Royal Mail. Doesn't matter if it's DPD. mine always get delivered. Would you like to know how?
How?
Literally, when anyone drops anything off at my house, I've got a box of Cadbury's Heroes, and I open the door and I say, "There you go, mate. Have a couple of them. Have a good day." And I never fail to get anything delivered ever. Seriously, that's what I do.
Bribery.
Also, there's that trapdoor you have into the shark tank below.
I do have a hose for unwanted cold callers.
Now, if you are watching again and not live, or if you're one of our friends in a different country other than the UK, Hermes are a budget carrier, a budget parcel carrier, and they are notoriously bad at delivering parcels. As Megan says here, Hermes aren't the best. They chucked my parcel in the bin and didn't say where they put it.
Oh, you're lucky you got a free game of hide and seek with yours then, Megan.
Was it on bin day?
They sort of send you a photo saying, "We've left your parcel here," and it's like next to a fence or something that you go, "Well, that's not on my property. I don't recognise that fence at all."
James, can you read? You can read this one out.
Lol, Hermes sounds a lot like the Malaysian public post delivery when it comes to parcels and registered mail from Leicester Xiao Yi Xiong.
Well done. I was going to mispronounce that, so I let you run that one.
May I ask a question about this cat that's called Grudge?
Yeah.
Who featured in Star Trek Discovery Season 3. And they talk about it, I presume she, because the cat is often referred to as a queen. And so far as I can tell, throughout the entire series, all the cat did was act like a cat.
Yeah.
Right. So this is
what's the significance of this cat?
So Hero Collection are releasing a book called The Book of Grudge, which is all about Grudge, who belongs to Book, ironically. And this is, of course, the cat from Season 3 of Star Trek Discovery. We know nothing more other than Hero Collection are doing a book. It is not just a money-making, grabbing tie-in to try and appeal to the pet lovers in the world. Apparently it is
nothing in the whole series. I mean, Spot didn't have a book written about him, did he?
The thing is, we had 30 odd years of Star Trek.
Spot was obviously a girl because I had kittens.
We've had 5 episodes of Grudge, and she's got her own book. I don't get it.
I'll tell you what, if this was the 90s, there would be Grudge-branded cat food in the supermarkets.
Guys, I'm sorry, but my drink has developed a fault, and the world isn't ready to see me get out of this hot tub, so...
God.
Right, I'll progress. Next in the news. So yes, Book, Cat, Grudge coming out soon. Moving on.
Yeah.
Funko Pop are releasing a new range of Star Trek Funko Pops. So let's have a look at these. There is a Gorn one, which is exclusive to Target in the US. It's about $9. You will have to buy it off the Target website. There is Spock with a cat, and that one is exclusive to the Funko website. You can only buy it off their website, not from anywhere else. And then there's all these other ones that we'll go through now. So you've got Mirror Kirk and Mirror Spock.
Liking the Mirror Spock.
Sulu and Ahura. Kirk and Khan. And Gorn and Spock with Cat. And Cat without a book.
Hang on. When did Spock ever have a cat?
When did Spock ever wear eyeshadow? If you pick holes in it, the thing will fall to pieces.
I mean, Spock should have a green tint to him anyway.
Right, so let's have a look then. Val says she always gets her parcels. Nadeem says, Hermes once left my creative beer with a pet grooming parlour, and I had to wait for the whole weekend before I could get the thing. Or was it Yodel?
That is entirely unacceptable.
Yes.
I would be bringing hell down on that carrier through litigation. I would be that angry. I wouldn't care that it would cost me money to sue them. I would sue them just for the hell of it.
Megan wants some Voyager Pop Funkos. James, you did amazingly good at pronouncing my full name. Was not expecting you to venture past the first one.
Well, thank you, Lester. One tries.
One succeeded.
He endeavours to provide satisfaction.
And talking of satisfaction, are you coming back on camera?
I'm not yet decent.
He's getting into his tutu, isn't he?
I just like the fact that we're meant to be a serious Star Trek show that's trying to get invited around the world, and we have had some.
When did we become serious? No one told me about this.
here's the running joke. We started this a year ago, and in the last year, we've had actual offers to go and do this around the world, which is beyond ridiculous. You know, as a Star Trek fan, it is the
We
most.
can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Let's say when they
That's why we're here.
We've actually had actual companies
we're
trying
able
to tap us up to go around the world, which is ridiculous in itself. But I don't think that they want Richard without. When he says he's not decent, I'm assuming he's got something on in the hot tub.
Yes, the
No.
bubble.
He's wearing a smile.
Yes, God. Right. Okay.
Come on, moderator, deal with it.
Apparently, we are the least serious people that Megan knows.
Really?
Oh, gosh.
And she hangs around with people who dress up like zombies. Go on then. As we got some time, and as we've seen some scoots through the news really quickly, if you had a $1,500 stimulus check and you were going to buy a collectible with it, what would you buy?
Can we just clarify what stimulus check means?
It's money that the government gives you to go and spend to help boost the economy after the economy has been stagnant.
That sounds a lot duller than what I had in my head.
Yeah.
I believe the Biden administration has given everyone $1,500 American dollars, North American dollars, United States of American dollars,
Which is about 1,200 quid.
whereas the Trump administration gave a similar sum, but was a similar package, but it was 600 equivalent dollars.
Now,
I don't know the basis of it. I don't know how it's calculated. I'm merely stating the facts.
I'm not going to get into politics of this. I believe that if you're given a big amount of money like this and it is to stimulate the economy, you should probably go and spend it at local stores with local people rather than go and spend it at a national retailer. But that's not going to happen. I think, let's be honest, I think that's a bit wishful thinking. But you should go and spend it at stores owned by actual people with families and stuff rather than big multinationals who don't really... You know, it's oh yeah, that's nice. We were up 1 week. Opposed to we can now afford to pay the mortgage. But that's complete. That's my sort of. That's my little.
Spend it on eBay. You know, find people who are selling stuff because they need to get rid of them. So you're pushing money around.
Yeah. I'm speaking as someone who owns a small business, and you know, it would be nice if people spent money with me rather than with a national company. So. But yeah, there we go. But yes, if I had $1,200 or $1,500 to spend on a collectible, I would probably buy that Enterprise D build it yourself model thing, but just pay for the whole thing up front.
Yes. You and I aren't rolling money, are we, Dan?
No.
Do you know the Master Replicas original series Enterprise that came out about 12 years ago now? And you know I have one of those. And I paid something like £500 for it. I've now seen them going on eBay for $2,500. It's gone up in value by 5 times.
Yeah.
So if you invest your stimulus package on it, then you're actually making a good investment.
Yes,
That's like
we'll have all the original box.
the One Company stuff. That's gone ridiculously priced.
I mean, you know, you're not just getting breaking, cutting-edge Trek news here. You're getting proper financial advice here. And by the way, if anyone owns that communicator, we did do a show on how to fix it because the One Company.
Yes, it needs another jump start, I think.
If we'd have all just had $1,500 given to us, we would do a Top Gear type challenge and go and buy a really cheap car and go on a road trip.
Well, I don't know about cheap.
$1,500, something cheap. You know, you could get
What
something
does
cheap.
$1,500 buys a limousine in North America, doesn't it? Certain, yeah.
I could see you
Richard
going around
Wright
North America
could
getting a
race
metro.
to you guys, and I could pay for a cab, and Richard could buy a car that he fixes himself, and we see who gets there first. Meanwhile, you two could come this direction, and you could ride a truffle hound, and one of you could ride a truffle hound, and the other could be catapulted from point to point by way of a trebuchet, and we'll see who gets there first.
Right, we used to be a Trek show.
Can you imagine Carl pulling a lever and just going, ah, and then a parachute coming behind him so he can land safely? And then he's got a rope, he's got to pull the trebuchet
Wheel up
to him so he can go again.
Now, if you
If
miss...
you know any good trebuchet rentals, I'll give it a go. But
Well, there's bound to be someone that rents a trebuchet, surely.
you would have thought so, just for such an idea.
Trebuchets are us.
could somebody give one to Hermes? Maybe they could use it to deliver my parcel.
I think
If you'd like
if
to
I
see us
have to,
build a trebuchet, why not join our crowdfunding campaign? And if we get enough money, we'll build one, and then we'll use
so
it.
one of us is Let me get this straight. One of us, I'm going to repair or build a car. It'll have to be a Land Rover, because I've never built any others. One of us is going to travel via trebuchet. One of us is going to, was it ride a truffle pig? Was that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And James is going to what? Get a piggyback from his butler?
No, I was going to just get a cab.
Oh, doesn't take a cab. Sorry.
You're not the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You don't get a cab all the way to Bel-Air, you know. It's not...
Smell you later.
Wow.
Oh dear.
Oh, sorry for that.
we digress.
Hope you find a truffle or two.
Right, let's have a look. So, someone, you would buy a Model E Enterprise D as big as you could with the money, which isn't a bad shout. Dan says he's not done a Trek part work since Fact Files.
Did they
Yeah.
do a artwork?
Trek one, I don't think they have actually.
Or was he just talking about assembling the entirety?
No,
of the
they have done some several other Trek part works since Fact Files. There was the graphic novel collection as a part work. There was the ships that are behind Carl.
You just collect a load of books. That's
I was going to say that they're more ongoing publications, aren't they, as opposed to part
There was the
work.
DVD collection.
But again, it's an ongoing collection. That part works is kind of like the Enterprise D bit that me and James are doing. The bits arrive over the course of a couple of years, you put it together, etc. I don't think that the nearest you would come, I think, is probably something like the Starships collection. But again, it's not a part works as such.
Now, question that's very relevant to today. Have you filled in your census if you're in the UK? Because today is the day you need to do it by. And there are fines.
Yeah, mine's all done.
So make sure you...
Oh, the present Mrs. Dillon did ours, and she made no fun about it whatsoever. She gave serious answers. Didn't you, Mrs. D?
No. It's almost as if she wants people in the future to know what we were really like. If you managed to tune in this week, we did a live watch along of one of the great Star Trek films, Star Trek Generations, which we all agree.
Overlooked Star Trek Generations. Dan, you and I agree it's one of the best ones. It
is one of the best ones. Richard agreed it had one of the best storylines, which, yeah.
I have to say I enjoyed the film so much more just being able to talk over it the entire time with you guys.
Cindy says she kind of put her money towards the Voyager documentary.
Well, they've got
Yes, that's doing rather well. Yeah,
It's doing extremely well.
they're doing so well. I think they're going to go for a whole. I think I heard they're going to go for a whole episode for a HD remaster.
Yeah, with some added bonus
yeah.
content that was shot but never included.
I don't know which episode they're going to do. I know which one I'd like to see, but it's exciting to see.
Or if they get enough money, they could redo Voyager from after episode 1 and just say that they didn't take Neelix with them.
What, digitally erase him for every scene?
Just digitally erase Neelix from the entire thing.
But James, then you would miss the wonderful episode where Tuvok has a simulation running in the holodeck where he kills Neelix over and over to cope with stress.
Yeah.
Which was one of the funniest moments ever in Voyager.
What you could do is you could get Robert Duncan
I've got
McNeil.
anxiety, kill Neelix.
Robert Duncan McNeil and Robert Beltran to do this look sort of. And every time Janeway talks to Neelix, it just pans to them looking really confused, like she's talking to thin air.
Yeah, I can do that. I could do that. I could edit that
Neelix in Janeway's head. That could be fun.
Ooh.
Yeah. She just literally, she imagined Neelix.
She's like Caprica 6.
Megan put a second
Janeway
backing.
mug. Ooh. So this is, I think I know the mug you mean. It's not a tumble nut mug, is it? It's a proper straight coffee mug.
Is it not some sort of metal, like a travel mug thing?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is just a
travel
travel mug. I mean, have we got a picture of Janeway's mug?
I can get one while you guys natter.
Hang on a minute. Let me look lost and confused. There you go. There's Janeway's mug.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
dear.
Why didn't we set the warheads to destroy the caretaker's array after it had sent us home?
Again, lost and
No such
confused.
thing as a timer at that time. It's just
Have they got $1
Coffee in
million
that
yet?
nebula.
No, they have not got $1 million.
That was the thing in Voyager, wasn't it? Janeway fires these 2 tri-cobalt devices at the Caretaker's Array, and we never hear of these again.
No.
What are these things? What Voyager had these two sort of super torpedoes that were used once, and we never.
Well,
never
they do pop up in Star Trek Online. Funny enough.
Do they?
Yeah, they do pop up in Star Trek Online. And it's only up until this very point now, I had no idea what they were. And yeah, I've just put 2 and 2 together now. Yes, you're right, they were one of these in Voyager.
I think it's mentioned
had
in the Voyager conspiracy. Why have we never heard of these before?
Well, I think they got replaced with the quantum torpedo, didn't they?
Here you
An
go.
intermediate step, were they?
Replica Janeway coffee mug.
Ah,
So it's a silver
Travel
mug.
yeah.
Let's
nice.
have a look what else you can get. A
You get
Two
all
Rock Rocks t-shirt.
Actually, Tim Russ does play the guitar rather well. I've heard him play.
What have we got there? So that's the Doctor. That's a Kazon, is it, in the middle?
That's the.
Oh, I thought that was
Kazon.
Belanotaurus before coffee and Belanotaurus after coffee.
Is that the one that's played by Aaron Eisenberg?
I was going to say that's Carr, isn't it? The one that's played by Aaron Eisenberg.
Yeah.
Which I take it they're getting Alice Creesian for the Ball Queen because it's a different actress in the first Contact, wasn't it?
No,
They
Alice
looked very
Krige-
similar.
Alice Krige was the first Contact one.
So who's the one from Voyager? No. Well. And where's Alan? Alan normally tells us these things.
Yeah.
Ooh, our
Your
picture in the film for $500.
Your what? Your picture in the film?
We could
I
get a
want more
picture
than
of
a
Richard
picture.
in the hot tub.
No.
Immortalised.
So we're going to run a crowdfunder to get $500 to give to them to put Richard in their film.
We all know what picture we need to crowdfund to get in there, and that's one of James with his parallel moustache. That's the one that's got to go in.
Yeah, so there
Your
we
way
go.
mission admiral, if you pledge $4,000, what do you get?
I
I don't know, but look at that. 12 people have put $4,000 in.
Gosh.
Keep going down. It'll be on there somewhere. Admiral.
10,000.
All of the away
10 of
mission.
10 claimed.
The Admiral away mission is all of those away missions. So that's Vasquez Rock, the observatory, all the different locations that they've got.
Just back, Cindy, if you're getting a replica of that mug,
No,
that's actually
Megan's getting one.
Megan. If you're going to get a replica, sorry, so I'm on my phone tonight. I can barely see. It's a rather nice mug. Although I'm squinting at it, I quite like it. I've got the tumble knot ones, but I'm thinking I need one of those.
I mean, let me just ask our resident expert, does he approve of this? And that would be, let's have a look. Yes, much approval.
That's the one we want to see in the Voyager documentary. So if everyone wants to...
There I'm adorning
people-
the shitty Ruby's Deep Space Nine style uniform.
Are people able to donate to this podcast somehow? Would we have that?
We do have the ability to. We have the ability to help donate towards our podcast, which is, I believe, on the bottom of the screen now.
Excellent.
So you can.
Just $500 will get you that moustache in the Voyager documentary.
Wonderful. Right, let's have a look in the comments.
English pounds will come to your house and give you some abuse.
Let's have a look then. So,
In person.
Neelix died on his way to his home planet. Sorry, wrote out.
What?
I think you're. I liked.
I'm confused. Is that a wish list? What?
Apparently so, yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh, Graham, I've got one of those
He got
mugs.
off Voyager before he
It's
came
rather
back, didn't
nice.
Yeah.
What's
Paul
the
has gone
mug?
for a
I
look.
want to see it.
Mhm.
Voyager had so many
room for
shuttles
two.
there, they had room for two tricobot
Yeah.
devices.
Yeah.
They carried Neelix's shuttle all the way to the final episode.
Yeah.
Second to last episode.
Yeah, I was going to say it was
I'll
about 2 or
keep
3
that piece of
episodes before
space
the end,
junk.
wasn't it?
Right.
Funny because, Voyager, the Delta Flyer was apparently too big to fit through the shuttle bay doors.
And on that bombshell, it is time for our next feature.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh. Should I press the button?
What is it?
Please do.
What is it?
Is it what? Carl, are we using the clip I sent earlier today?
Yes. How much of it would you like?
Oh, let's have all of it. It's like 90 seconds. What the hell?
Yeah.
So, so far as this clip is concerned, many people will be familiar with it. There are some people who may not have seen it, and this is really for you. I think it originally surfaced as a DVD extra, probably in the early noughties. Something that, well, heck, just roll VT.
Mr. Crusher, set course for Starbase A. Gene, you're adorable. B, you're so beautiful. C, you're a cutie full of charm. D, you're a darling. And E, you're exciting. And F, you're a feather in my arms. G, you look good to me. H, you're so heavenly. I, you're the one I idolize. J, we're like Jack and Jill. K, you're so kissable. L is the love light in your eyes. M, N, O, P, I could go on all day. Q, Q, R, S, T, alphabetically speaking, you're okay. U, make my life complete. V means you're very sweet. Double, U, X, Y, Z. It's fun to wander through the alphabet with you, to tell you what you mean to. Engage.
So
Isn't that
can we once and for all put to rest these cruel and savage rumours that recreational drug use was commonplace on the set of filming of The Next Generation?
Can you imagine Catherine Janeway doing that? Can you imagine Avery Brooks doing that? No, I think that's wonderful. So I'm sure everyone's seen
Avery
it.
Brooks is a good
If anyone
singer.
hasn't, you're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you, James.
I can't help but notice in our clip repertoire, there is another video clip. Is that something else we're playing today?
Is there?
Was that the huge montage one?
Star Trek Strange.
No, that's from the other week.
Oh, that's from the other week. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just making sure I've not missed something. Right, so let's have a look. We've been asked if Paul sponsors the show, what does he get as a gift?
You can come in my hot tub.
Richard will send you a picture of what he looks like in his hot tub.
This.
No, Paul can come in my hot tub.
Paul,
You can take pictures if he wants.
Paul, I'm not saying that what Richard's just sent me is disgusting, but it makes me want to. Yeah, I can't bear looking at it. It's terrible.
Also, Paul, you can have this Eagle Moss cloaked Malon freighter.
Oh, the
Or you can have
Yes.
this.
It was so bad, I broke my phone. I just snapped my phone to physically not look at the picture.
Well done, Dan. Very good.
That'll be an awkward conversation with the insurance company tomorrow.
What happened to your phone, sir?
Well, there's this chap on Trekkies talking Trek thing in a hot tub. He wasn't
was a bit
wearing any
like a
shorts.
Ferengi
He took a
line.
selfie. Yeah. He looked like an angry Ferengi that had his stimulus check done by North America, and he sent me a picture of it. My phone imploded, sir.
I'll tell you what, you wouldn't expect it. There is a lot of glass inside a phone.
There is when you snap it.
I mean, that's a fair amount of energy you've used to snap that. It's impressive. You've been working out.
It's the new Samsung Galaxy Fold. Oh well.
Don't do it, James. It's a magic trick. You'll only end up in
Don't hurt
tears.
yourself again, James.
Go on, James. I dare
My
you.
phone, I need that.
Okay, let me.
It just reminds me, I did a magic trick in the pub once. If you guys have ever seen this,
Yes, brilliant trick.
with
It's amazing.
a pub
Thanks, Vic.
tray.
Wow.
With a pub tray, an old stuntman trick is if you get a pub beer tray and you hit it on your head, it makes a terrific bang, but it doesn't hurt at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the pub with a few mates, and I went, oh, well, I gave it to someone. I said, here, hit me on the head. It made a terrific bang, and I went, there you go, it's fine, it's no problem. And a mate of mine who was sitting there, who'd had a bit to drink, didn't realise it was a trick, and picked up one of those big corner ashtrays and belted me around the head with it. Not equally now. Yeah,
So Lester has just asked, why did we do that to the phone? The real reason was that handset has been very badly water damaged and is already been replaced once by the insurance company, and I have to destroy it to send it back. So that is now effectively destroyed to be put back into the envelope.
Oh, you've ruined the joke.
I know.
It was a good joke, wasn't it? It was a good joke.
For the purpose of the insurance company, I did destroy it live on camera. So
There can be no dispute.
I mean, literally, there's at least one witness.
yes, exactly. But yes, I'm impressed that I can bend it. That's quite fun. Right. That's more or less it for today's show. I mean,
Yes, I think so.
I can't think of anything else we meant to do. We've got our money's worth
I
like
think
that.
that is your lot, yeah. I can't think of anything else we need to cover. I think all the important topics have been covered thoroughly.
No, I knew there was something. Don't forget, Tuesday night on the London Film and Comic Con page at 8 p.m. there is a massive geeky quiz hosted by yours truly. Make sure you tune in. There was prizes to be won.
When is that, Tuesday?
Tuesday, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Tuesday.
Right,
Fantastic.
I'm going to go to court this week. I can probably play.
Yes, you might. We even win a goodie bag from Showmasters.
Oh, I don't want any more tat round my house. Can I just have the money?
Yes, the goodie bag is worth a grand total of many pounds. So 8 p.m. Make sure you're there. Right, that's it for tonight.
Toodle pip, everyone.
Pleasure as always.
Take care.
Do take care.
Look after yourselves and each other.
Yeah, be safe, everyone. See you.